Right, hello everybody. How is everybody doing? My stream window is going odd for some reason. I don't know what that's doing. We'll leave that alone for the moment though. Yeah. So good stuff. Let's just bring up some KSP. I am going to refresh the stream window because sometimes we have a bit of a problem with comments coming through. So let's just go and get that refreshed. And we have 2 concurrent viewers and 3 likes already. Hello. Hello, Jed. Hello, KG22 Backup. And there were some other comments, but they've vanished. I don't know why they've vanished. Say la vie. Is everybody good? Let me just bring up the Discord. Oh, I don't want you there. I want you over here. That 9-0. Yeah. There was some talk on Maximus. Light was posting on the comment I saw in the Discord as well. There's been some. Basically, it's everything I went through in my own head. Everything I went through in my own head. When we had that, so when we had the Gladiator during the preliminaries, that can't be right. And I pulled it apart and I tried flying it with various different bits and bobs and all this stuff. As far as I can tell, Kelvis has just designed a craft that has a phenomenally low radar signature. Even with I think it was the case, just the one. I've checked, there's no parts clipped together. I turned on just the one ECM jammer, and my craft started having difficulty logging on. It was packing with control surfaces. I've seen worse. During this competition, I've seen worse. Yeah, there were lots of control surfaces. Again, I test flew it. There's nothing seems to be overly fishy. The whole thing with control surfaces is you can't really gain a ridiculous amount of advantage with it. You can just flip the craft a bit quicker. It's more wing surfaces that I'm primarily concerned about. But as ever, feedback is welcome. I honestly didn't think they would do that well. The problem with them is they have a very definite strategy. I'm not sure if this is intentional or not, but they're low radar signature enough that the enemy craft can't lock missiles onto them to start with. So the Gladiators get their missiles away. This puts my own craft or the other craft onto the back foot. And because the other craft don't have to dodge for missiles themselves, they can just keep flying in and they can just keep the craft on the back foot until they can start popping sidewinders off. And by that point, by the time they get within gun range, they've normally got a numerical advantage. And I think that's as far as I can tell, that's how they won. Yes, we're talking about today's plane. As I was saying, there's been some discussion going on. I've seen in the Discord and your comment on the thing. It's basically that's everything that went through my head when we did the preliminary for the Gladiator, and I did a bit of pulling apart. If needs be, I'll go back into the spaceplane hangar. If people still are questioning it, I will go back into the spaceplane hangar and pull it apart. I will just pull it apart component at a time if people are still worried about it. But as I said, I think it's just a craft that has a strategy that it performs well and is well designed to take advantage of it, as far as I can see. Anyway, there's only 2 concurrent viewers. That's I'm competing with SpaceX tonight, aren't I? Let's just SpaceX launch. Yes. So hello to everybody who isn't watching, although actually my concurrent viewers thing tends to get stuck, so I'm not going to trust that too much. Anyway, let's 5 on this side, but yeah, SpaceX, an hour left. Well, let's go and get going with as much as is possible before I lose everybody else. Yeah, mine still shows 2 viewers, 3 likes. I might have to refresh that. It can be a bit dodgy, the live stream, the actual window. So today we have the F-54 Stubby by Monzania Strike, the Box Cutter Type 2 Mark IV by Omega, the XF-02 by Conker, the SUK-97 Raven Star by Ethan Ing, and the AC Shundun F-00 by Maximus Light. Leg and Leg, hello, how are you? Yes, we just finished reading out the corrupt. Is Monzania around? If Monzania is around, can someone give him I'm not sure if he uses what is he on the Discord? Monzania. No, he's not. Sorry, I'm scrolling up the window in the Discord, and it's controlling my zoom here. Right. Anyway, onwards. Yes, the F-54 Stubby reverse missiles by Monzania Strike. An interesting concept craft. Yeah, 3 Saturn engines. 3 is the maximum number of Saturn engines, by the way. I've had 2 submissions so far with 4 Saturn engines, and I just thought that's a little excessive. So in case anyone's wondering, there is another craft later today that got submitted with 4 engines and has had a redesign. There's another one that got submitted with 4 engines, and I've sort of done some tinkering with that because it was pretty close to being in line with their requirements. Let's get the engine started up. Oh, before I do that, I am going to remember to turn my own desktop audio down so I don't get deafened. So it's another drone. We seem to have 4 cannons there, as I said, the 3 Saturn engines, and we also have reverse firing missiles, which is an interesting little tactic. I seem to remember we had a little bit of fun with this on the stream when it was first presented. No U missile from the rear. Anyway, yes, I think everybody seems to be facing roughly the right direction. Yeah, let's get this first. No. Quick save. Then we'll get the first fight started. New missile from the rear. Yeah, it's just got the one backwards facing AMRAAM. Quick save is my friend. Quick save is most definitely my friend. Ah. Happened here. Let's get you facing a little further to the right. Okay. Quick save. Let's get this one going. Martin Wesley, hello! Your game sure does attract a lot of tactical pat my back. They're friendly folks, the Kerbals, especially the drones they designed apparently. That's a little close. Everything's okay, those two over there okay, nobody's collided, good stuff. Or at least nothing's been destroyed. So yes, 2v2 against the retuned version of my Cyclones. There we go, the competition starts. Always stagger the planes, always. Oh, is this on a one missile per target? Ah, interesting. There we go there. I think it has a backwards facing radar, so it can be facing away from its target craft and fire AMRAAMs, and the AMRAAMs will normally track back around, which we discovered during the stream, which was kind of interesting. Missiles going back and forth, that Cyclone avoids the missile. This F-54 though looks like it will be able to get off another AMRAAM. Doesn't do much. Switches to guns. The oh, turns back around. What's it doing? Now is going to try and get that Cyclone. Bring guns to bear. Wind it up. It's a joust! Oh, so nearly a hand-to-hand kill there. There's that other Cyclone over there launching missiles. Yeah, the Cyclones seem to be doing a bit of the old switcheroo. You go after my guy, I'll go after yours kind of thing. Okay, that AMRAAM going in. Cyclone's holding up well so far. Oh, that looked like it exploded quite close. It did some damage. One of the Cyclones is quite badly damaged. Lost all control surfaces. No lateral stability whatsoever. Gunfire coming in. I'm surely Jebediah is now a sitting duck. He does still have the engines to try and regain some control, but I'm not sure it's going to do him much good. A bit too squirrely at the moment, though. Daffy Kerman is going to try and come in. Fires off not her last AMRAAM, but she's running low on those. Should make her craft more manoeuvrable, though. Can Daffy Kerman get a revenge kill before Jebediah crashes before Valentina crashes into the ground? No, sorry. Yes, Jebediah. Doesn't look like he could. And now here comes the gunfire from that other stubby. Well, that's getting very close. Pulls around hard. We'll have to engage that F-54 stubby quite quickly. That looks like... Yes! One of the F-54 stubbies down and out. Lost all engines. Now it's effectively a one-on-one. It looks like the F-54 stubby has it for the moment, though. It has the advantage. Just has to get a hit with one of those 4 Vulcan cannons. Does some damage, does not look like anything fatal, though. That looks a lot more fatal. Daffy Kerman still surviving, but the AI pilot has gone, or the weapon manager, and now so is everything else. Oh, wait a second. Hello, Martin Wesley. Yes, I do stream. Hello, Rustico. Since we've had a gentlemanly kill. Yes, we haven't had a gentlemanly kill for ages. Boomerang mode. Just tis but a scratch. Right, let's fire this one back up. I should write. Kills, deaths, wins, losses. So 2 kills, 1 death, 1 win. So yes, Martin, I do stream. I try to stream every Saturday. I've got the windows right open, so if you can hear any noise from outside, do let me know and I'll shut them, although it will make things very warm in here. Right, let's get this off straight away, because we've got a few things to get through today. Just the 5 crafts today. I was running out of craft that were actually flight worthy as it is. There was another one. There was another couple that had ridiculous mod requirements. Well, one that had ridiculous mod requirements. I had to go through all that, and it turns out it was ridiculously excessive. And then there was another one. I installed all the mods, and then it wouldn't work because it needed another mod which the creator didn't specify. So I got that, installed it, fired KSP back up again, and it turns out it needs another mod that the creator didn't specify. So yeah, that was and now I can't find that third mod, whatever it is that it needs. Okay, so missiles away from both sides. All craft breaking low. So a strong showing from the should bring up the vessel switcher. Strong showing from the F-54s so far. Did the business earlier. Managed to not without losses, but did manage to see off the Cyclones the first time around. Let's see how the Cyclones do this time, though. Launching another AMRAAM, having to break off. I don't know what happened there. That missile seemed to explode very quickly. How's everyone else doing? We're into a gunfight over here. One of the Cyclones is in a lot of trouble now. Daffy Kerman having to pull some evasive manoeuvres. Gets a little bit of wobble there, but not too much. Seems to be okay. Yeah, seems to be getting a bit of yaw going on there, but yeah, seems to have sorted it out now. Trying to pull hard over. Ouch! Oh, and the other... As I was saying that, the other Cyclone is now a cloud of debris. I can't even switch to any of it. I'm assuming that must have been a missile. Okay, so a slightly stronger showing there from the F-54s. These planes are not bad. Oh yes, news from earlier today, we've hit 800 subscribers. So thank you all very much for that. That's absolutely fantastic. I remember during the 1 year anniversary video last year that Social Blade was predicting that the following year I'd have 840 subscribers, which I was made up about at the time. If it wasn't for some problems earlier in, over the last 8 months, we could have been closer to the 1,000 by now, but these things happen. Let's get the third one going, and as is becoming a little bit of a tradition, I will follow the Cyclones up for the third fight. Yeah, so thank you very much to everybody for supporting the channel, getting involved with the streams, liking the videos, you know the stuff. Just thank you. A big thank you all round. The Cyclones, they've had their noses bloodied so far, but can they turn it around? Just because I'm not following the F-54s, I just want to check to see if they bumped into each other. No, they have not. Jebediah, come on Jebediah, you can get some revenge here. And it begins. Jebediah a little slow to start hauling his craft around. Kicks in with the AMRAAMs, fires 2 off, and Daffy Kerman will have done likewise. There we go. Now to start breaking low. Just the one missile coming in the other way, so one missile for each F-54 stubby. Both seem to have gone for Daffy there. Jebediah launches his second volley. no missile kills yet on the F-54 Stubbies. So they seem to be doing the job quite well of dodging those. Jebediah launches his third volley of AMRAAMs. They get close, not quite close enough. Jebediah, again, the last of his AMRAAMs. One goes close, two go close, but still nothing. He is within good Sidewinder range now, though, at the moment. If he can get it turned around and get one of those off. Oh, no, Jebediah has other things to worry about at the moment. An F-54 on his tail, but seems to have broken off for the time being because Daffy Kerman had the craft in her sights. Now Jebediah. Sidewinder away. That's the kind of range you want to launch them at. Oh, has to avoid the gunfire. Doesn't seem to have done a hell of a lot of damage, I will admit. Oh, I think that might have been a bit of a friendly fire incident. Daffy Kerman's plane is not looking too good. Oh dear. Hold on in there, Daffy. We'll see if Jebediah can pull some heroics. That is the perfect range for a Sidewinder. That will have done some damage, but how much? Lost quite a lot. These F-54s do seem to be quite resilient. Can Jebediah come in and finish the job? Not for the time being, but it's not certain that this F-54 will be able to pull out of this dive. And if it can't... Ah, Daffy Cyclone is gone. As is this F-54, and it's one-on-one. Missile coming in. Jebediah pulling some hard evasive manoeuvres. Can come over. Perfect Sidewinder range. Missiles away. Oh, that will have done a lot of damage. And Jebediah gets his revenge. Ooh, the F-54 is eyeing up a Sidewinder. No, I don't think it can. I don't think it can do that. I'm not sure this Sidewinder coming in is going to have much luck. Yeah, no real heat signature to lock onto, but it is a loss. I mean, there was a kill into the process, but it is a loss for the F-54 Stubbies. Oh! Yeah, bring out that landing gear. Missile backwards to get an advantage right at the start. I mean, these do have a pair. The F-54s do have a pair of backwards facing AMRAAMs. Sorry, backwards facing Sidewinders. I'm yet to see it use any of them as is intended. But I don't know. Maybe in this next fight, you never know. Okay, once again. Fourth fight for the F-54s. Doing quite well so far. Is it good enough? These next couple of fights will tell. No one saw that. Nine people watching, but only 6 likes. It happens. You know, I don't get a like off of everybody. If people do want to click the like button, that's fine. It's good for me. Good for the channel, what have you. Shave. It got shaved. Oh, I see. I thought you were talking about maybe a little bit of staggering this time. I find it does also depend on the craft, because if you've noticed, my cyclones genuinely haven't collided once, and if they do collide, it tends to be because the turning bug has kicked in and they've turned to face each other. Sorry, yeah, I've got neighbours outside. Not sure if you can hear that. Oh, the F-54s both turning around in unison. That's beautiful to watch. Getting missiles away, breaking low. Oh, they both go. The F-54 dodges those with ease, can turn around and get another volley of missiles away. Not this F-54. Looks like this F-54 is too busy continuing to dodge. How do I bring up the competition menu? It's this one here. This little cog icon here in the weapon manager. So BD Armory, little cog, start competition. If you bring up the vessel switch here, you'll need to make sure they're both on different teams. You can switch craft between teams by pressing the T button, little T button here. Yeah, so just get 2 different teams of craft, get their engines on. You can set it up so you don't need to do that, but unless you have, turn the engines on, BD Armory, cog, start competition. Oh, that was close, and you'll be fine. My picture is blocking it. Okay, well, I'm assuming everyone knows how to bring up the BD Armory window. Oh! Gunfire coming up. I'm trying to illustrate this, but one of the cyclones is currently glued to the tail of this F-54. Just give me a second. Was that a launched missile or one that just dropped off the plane? I think it was launched, but to no avail. It just crashed into the ground anyway. This F-54 trying to see if it can survive the onslaught. Gunfire coming in, does some more damage, gets scorched, nothing massive. Will now try and glue itself to the tail of this F-54. Again, the other F-54 was taken out. I didn't see what that was, so now, yeah. More damage, loses more wing surfaces, although it looks a bit more balanced now. Missile coming. Oh, that's. I think that was very nearly another friendly fire incident, but no, those second lots of missiles do their job. Just one sidewinder after another. That was glorious. Both cyclones are fine. So another loss, 2 deaths. As I was saying, over on the left, over on the right-hand side of your screen, you'll have the BD Armory button. So on that top right toolbar, you just press that. You bring up the BD Armory window, the BDA weapon manager thing here. You've got the vessel switcher you bring up with this button. Get them both on different teams. Cog icon, start competition. I do apologise for not realising my face was covering that. So one final fight for the F-54 stubbies. How much do you put the COL to the CM design no matter the distance? One depends on it with pretty terrible manoeuvrability. I try to get it so that most of my craft, I try to get it. So, oh, let's get a. Do I have a like a thick marker pen or something I can draw it with. Because in the hangar, you've got the big centre of mass one and the centre of lift one's a lot smaller. So what I normally try and do, the sphere, for a fighter craft, I will normally try and get them like something like that, so that the centre of the centre of lift sphere is sort of on the edge of the centre of mass sphere, if that kind of makes sense at all. Moving the centre of lift, move the centre of mass further forward or the centre of lift further back will of course make it more stable. Doing the opposite will of course make it more manoeuvrable, but that's not always a good thing. Anyway, last fight for the F-54 stubbies, and then we will move on to our next craft. Yeah, I did get that. I think the problem is once I've run the preliminaries, I think I have to say that's that, because otherwise we could just be going here for yonks, and what I do for one person I have to do for everybody. Yeah, lift and thrust does come into it, Maximus Light. Draining fuel doesn't. Yeah, that's the other thing. I've had people look at some of my craft and wonder why they're configured kind of the way they are. One of the things I do try to do is try and keep the relative centre of mass and centre of lift, well, keep the centre of mass in roughly the same place as the fuel drains, which can be a little tricky, but it's not too difficult. But yeah, that's something you have to worry about. But yeah, I'm sorry, Kaizen, but it's one of those things. I want to. If I had all the time in the world, if everybody had all the time in the world, I'd be going, yeah, send me a better one, because that's a really nice craft, and I'd love to see the next iteration, obviously doing its thing on here. But as I said, I need to draw a line under it at some point, and I need to be consistent. So it's, or at least try and be as consistent as I possibly can. This F-54 just running away from missiles at the moment. Let's go and see how his friend is getting on. Doing quite well, to be fair, but still just doing nothing but running away from missiles. What's coming in now? That's another AMRAAM. Oh, the other F-54 has one of the Cyclones on the ropes. That looks like it might have just caught him. Jebediah Kerman coming in just about to perfect Sidewinder range. The F-54 does get away a couple of its own missiles, but this is going to be interesting. This is really nice Sidewinder range. That will have done some damage. It's a joust. I don't know how damaged that F-54 was. Lost all of its engines. Yeah, Jebediah will pick that off pretty easily. Bit of a fight going on here between the... Oh! Something happened to Dappy Kerman's Cyclone, and it is now gone. Jebediah, though, wasting no time, putting that F-54 out of its misery, and now it's one-on-one. I mean, it's a fairly well-distanced one-on-one, but I'm sure the distance will be closed in no time. Jebediah, just a single Sidewinder, but that might be all he needs. Just flying through the debris cloud there. Nice touch. How are you doing for chaff? Decent amount of chaff still. Another AMRAAM coming in. Going a bit tail on there. That's not advisable. That's not advisable. Does manage to pull out of it. 8 kilometres apart now, these two craft. That distance is halved, but it was a fair old distance to begin with, so this might take a little while for them to get a little bit closer. Jebediah, if you can save that one remaining Sidewinder, then you might be in with a shot. There we go, about 3.5 kilometres, just about the perfect range. Oh, and wasn't it just? Ladies and gentlemen, that is how you Sidewinder. So that is a kill, but 2 deaths and a loss for the F-54 Stubbies. Okay, any comments, by the way, your comments on the F-54 Stubbies, gladly received. My window's still being a pain in the backside, so if someone can tell me how many concurrent viewers and likes we currently have, that'd be fantastic. Let's move on to our next fight, the Box Cutter Type 2 Mark IV by Omega, or however you want to. You know, tomato, tomato. So many save games. I really need to go through and sort this. This craft I had to go, this came to me with 4 Saturn engines. And I said, no, we're going to replace. So I replaced 2 of them with Panthers. That gives you about as much thrust at speed as 3 Saturns. It's not got a huge amount of thrust to weight, so I wasn't that concerned about it otherwise. 7, 10 likes, 78 watching, 8 watching live. Walks all together, has some stability problems and not terribly durable, but it would work. More tuning in now. Is expecting them to drop out because of the SpaceX launch, or should I not say that because everyone's going to come on here and go, "Oh crap, the SpaceX launch," and sod off again. Insult to injury there, yeah. Oh. Yeah, you're having fun there, aren't you? Let's reload that just to stop this cyclone from dancing about the place. Weather is go too, so weather is go. How do you like a stream on phone? I've never watched. I don't think I've ever watched a stream on phone because I've either been in the house with my computer or I've been outside. And up until like 2 weeks ago, my mobile phone contract was just not very good. I couldn't think of anything other than an inappropriate 4-letter word, so I decided I just keep it clean. Okay, yes, the Box Cutter, as I said, came to me with 4 Saturns. I've replaced 2 of them with Panthers that, from my calculations, at something approaching combat speed, that should be about the same as 3 Saturns. It has the, what are these? Structural panel. Huh. I'll have a closer look at those in a little bit, but we will nonetheless get cracking with some. And yes, I think I will take you, and I will move you a bit forward. And let's turn on the engines. I think. Oh, for goodness sake! Sorry, if you switch to the Cyclones too quickly and then press the stage button, they jettison their hard points. Right. I'm sure we'll get going with this eventually. I do have a Twitch channel. I'm not using it a lot at the moment. I really need to get back into that. I did some test streams and then it didn't really happen. That thing looks ridiculous. I think those are radiators. Haven't seen you since bullets were heat-based. Yes. So I mean that's always an option. Let's because for those of you who don't know, these are Legged Lax rebalanced versions of my Cyclones. So they have. I'm going to move you facing out a bit. I'm going to move you forward a bit. And so I think they have been set up so that I don't need to switch the engines on. And hit the button again just in case. I don't know why, just paranoid. And so if we do that, the engines should switch on automatically. Yes, they do. So where are we? The box cutter. Kills, deaths, wins, losses. Notes looks ridiculous. Multi-role fighters. I mean, the problem is it's just because obviously at the moment the stuff I do to make everything fair and consistent is it's all it's sort of mostly AI driven, and the AI is not good at attacking. It's not terrible at attacking ground targets, but it's not as good as it is with the air targets. You get things like, you know, facing away from the target and firing Hellfires or Mavericks, and then, you know, they just crash into the ground. So I don't know. I mean, I haven't actually played about with ground targets a lot with this version of BD Armory. I might have to give them a look. The box cutters being split quite far apart, which might not be good for them. But Valentina Kerman, nonetheless, closing in on one of the Cyclones and going for the AMRAAMs. Right, as I've been saying, at the dangerous range here, around about that 3.5 kilometre mark. Oh, that's gonna hurt. That is gonna hurt a lot. Jebediah Kerman, all he can do now is try and provide some distraction. Whilst Daffy, can Daffy do anything here? Couple of Sidewinders away. That might be the ticket. This is also at a dangerous range for Sidewinders, and that's some damage. I don't think it's going to be enough damage though. The box cutter losing pieces all over the shop. Oh! And does finally succumb. But in the meantime, so does Daffy's Cyclone. 2 kills, 1 death and a win. An identical result to the first result for the F-54. Daffy Kerman enjoying the view. Yeah. So an interesting fight there. I think yeah, multi-role fighters would be really nice if I could just sort of throw more tests in there for them. The next fighter subscriber will be something different. And it will be using the new rule set. So it will be manned craft only, but it will be a fighter subscriber special. Let's get this going straight away. But in future series, I'm always open to suggestions. So yeah, I'll make a note of that actually. Okay, so getting up to altitude. Yeah, as I said, yeah. I'll be doing something else for drones after this series, but regular fighter subscriber, basically no more drones in regular fighter subscriber. Manned craft only. Drones will have their own thing, and I'll be tightening up the rules a lot in a lot of places. Missiles, just a sea of missiles over there. The box cutters avoiding them pretty easily for the moment. The cyclones appear to be doing much the same. Another AMRAAM away here. Richmore Kerman, oh, and another one. Before Richmore Kerman starts breaking off to avoid those missiles that are coming for him. Popping plenty of chaff. Yeah, and they go, oh, that's pretty close. Not quite as far past his tail as I would have thought. It's a Sidewinder. At roughly 4.5–5 kilometers. It's that range. It's a bit hit and miss as to whether or not they will actually, well, hit or miss. Any closer than I think the craft will be in trouble. I think it might be in a little bit of trouble as it is, and yes! Oh, Jebediah Kerman, 2 fights in a row. You're not having the best time of things, are you? But that is one of the box cutters heavily damaged. Missing 2 of its engines, just having one side of it slowly disassembled. Daffy Kerman taking absolutely no prisoners there. Comes back around. Couple of Sidewinders off at the last box cutter. 1 hits. It is no more. That was beautiful. 1 kill, 2 deaths, 1 loss. Goes after some of the debris. Still, the central 2 engines still firing, still attached to their fuel tanks. Beautiful work by Daffy Kerman there, absolutely beautiful. What was I about to say? Yes, for those of you who don't know, the 2-year, this channel's 2nd birthday is coming up on the 16th of June. I think the following Saturday we will be taking a break from Fighter Subscriber to do the 2nd anniversary video, and for that I would like your craft along the theme of ridiculous. So I want to see ridiculously small manned fighters are something I do want to see, and I mean ridiculously small. What was the other thing? Flying tanks was the other theme that seemed to be showing plenty of promise. Anyway, yes, third fight, so as per usual we'll follow the Cyclones up. So if you have any craft that fit into that those two categories, or anything else you think would fit in well with the general theme, then please mail them to me, and we will see what we can do with them on the once the 16th rolls around, or the Saturday following it. The Chosen One, a few realistic crafts 2 weeks ago. I'll have a look at that. Sorry if I haven't got back to you. Oh yes, I think you did send me a couple for the mailbag streams. I am terrible at responding to emails. I do apologise if you sent me an email and it doesn't absolutely strictly require a response. I probably won't respond. I do apologize. I'm just terrible at it. And even then, sometimes it takes me, even if it does absolutely definitely require a response, even then sometimes it takes a couple of days, or even longer. Jebediah here, still going for the AMRAAMs. I think a Sidewinder here would do a lot of damage. Gets at least one Sidewinder away there. Doesn't seem to have done much though. Did it lock onto the wrong craft? I don't know. Jebediah though trying to come about, popping plenty of chaff. Where's your wingman? Oh. Daffy Kerman not looking so hot. Jebediah not looking so hot either. And both box cutters, I think. Oh, both box cutters, I think, in good health. So a perfect victory at last for the box cutters. 2 kills, no death, and a win. We try making a radar pod like the Eurofighter Typhoon, the decoy. What wingman? Where's my wing? Oh. Okay, so not looking too bad for the box cutter so far. I think this was the same, roughly the same that the F-54 Stubby had though, and that was that went on to lose its last 2 fights, I believe. Let's get this one going. Yeah, as I said, as I said, just the five craft today, because I did have trouble rounding up 6 craft to fight this out. I'm still waiting to hear back from a bunch of people. I've sent emails out to everybody whose crafts require attention. I think I've heard back from one of them. So yeah, I'm not sure what's going to happen about sort of preliminaries next week. We might have a week off. I've got plenty to put into Fighter Subscriber in the meantime. Into the regular episodes. We might have a week off, just do a mailbag stream, and then resume it. I'll chase the other craft hard. But yeah, it's interesting. I think next time the rules will be made available. I'll be going through. I'll be rewriting the rules from scratch, and yeah, they'll be out in plenty of time before the competition itself starts. Everybody looking okay for the moment? Yeah, I do like the box swing. I think the box swing craft look very nice. I think it's like, because the Season 1 champion, Dunamus, of course, his craft was a box swing design. I have my own wingman. One reason probably to get based on real charges. No, ooh, something exploded there. I wasn't sure. Season 3 submissions are closed for Season 3. I mean, oh, that's close. That's gone. Oh, and the other craft has gone as well. Oh. Had its command pod knocked off. So straight up 2 deaths and a loss there. One of the Cyclones went, I'm not keeping up with this fight. So they do get a kill in that one. I don't think we'll wait for that one. We'll move on to the next fight, and I'll try and keep abreast of things a little bit better. What did I miss? Yeah, box cutter. Not doing too well in that fight, but I'm just keeping an eye on the Discord. I've sort of got to look under my microphone just to see if Montania's is coming on. Well, it doesn't matter now. We finished doing his craft, but at least we can tell him it's up there. Yes. So last fight. Let's go with Valentina for this one, and let's get this started. The chosen one, just in time to see the box cutter's last fight. Gear away, climbing up. Oh, that's one thing I should do, is actually make a note of what altitude it gets to, because I've noticed, particularly this season, lots of people have been experimenting with what default height should they go for. I think this looks like it's just going to go for the standard 1500. 6 kilometers away, 6.5. Yeah, it's shallowing out its climb. Who knows? Clearly not much above it, if anything. Yeah, the Cyclone's at a similar height. Turns around, get missiles away. Yeah, the box cutters, yeah, laying in a double volley of missiles. One of the Cyclones seems to all be going on one of the Cyclones at the moment. That other Cyclone, that might split the Cyclones apart, which might be to the box cutter's advantage. I think at the moment, lots of explosions. I'm assuming that's just missiles not hitting, trying to see twist around to get a line of sight onto that box cutter, but no, everybody seems to be fine. More AMRAAMs go flying past Valentina's tail. She pulls hard over. Still 2 AMRAAMs left. Fires one. One comes in a bit close. Oh, Valentina, you cannot be that head-on to a missile that's coming in. Rich Mulkerman's craft has taken a bit of a beating as well. It's down to just the 2 Panther engines. Seems to be losing a bit of stability as well. But that was just, yeah. Both... Ouch. Both box cutters taken out fairly quickly and efficiently. Jebediah still has his Sidewinder selected. Are you going to do anything with that? Nope. Yeah, both of them are fine. So that's a loss and 2 deaths. Let's move on to the next craft. Yeah, F2 hides the UI, which is how I take, you know, the screenshots that I put in the thumbnails. Oh, actually, nowadays I actually just hit F2 and then actually record it using OBS, and then I can just go frame by frame and select the best one, and I'll twist the camera angle about. I did stuff you don't really need to know, and I'm sure you're not that interested. So this is the XFO2 by Conquer 4, and it's an interesting one. It's one of those ones I just have no idea how it is going to do, none whatsoever. Let's just set this up. Yeah, I'm not sure how many parts this craft is. Ace combat plane. It's... Well, it's just about to load. I can hear the... You're rotating quite a lot, aren't you? Let's load that up one last time. What I hope is one last time. Yeah, it's an interesting... It's sorry, car going past outside, and I've still got the windows wide open. It's interesting. I think that's all I can really say on it at the moment. Right. I'm just trying to look at what I've got here. Do I have... I don't have Twitter open. And now my computer's not happy with me because it's trying to do lots and lots of stuff. Scott Manley's... Now they're loading the helium used to pressurize propellant. Huh. Okay. So we are T minus 17 minutes and 40 seconds. I might take that tab over there just to keep that there and get the live chat window there. Picking the fighters for the next season, if you're still picking for this one. Well, I mean, we're still in the preliminaries. You seem to be not turning now, or at least not turning as much. Oh God, look at you. Son of it. Let's take a quick look at the XF2. You know, I might just say, screw it. You know what? Let's just stagger these guys. You just come forward a bit. Yes, what was I saying? Yes, the XF02. That's it. Real life fighters are still suffering from the. No, I think my computer's gotten over that. But yeah, this is an interesting entry. Makes heavy use of procedural wings. Uses a GAU-8. It does have a backwards-facing AMRAAM. I'm not sure how intentional that is, or even if it has backwards-facing radar. It's an interesting craft. It is an interesting craft. I've test flown it. I haven't test fought it yet. I think. Oh my God! Everybody's rotating like crazy. Right. I might have to. I will. Okay, I will F5 this, but I think we're just going to have to load from scratch and try and get something better than this, because everybody is just going nuts. It's an arrow. No, not swingling. What in the are those? Yes. A sky sword. Sky sword is a very nice description of it. Let's It's using 3 Panther engines, which means it's not as powerful as I suppose it could be, but it's look at. But it's not bad once it gets into the air. There we go. 1 away, 2 away. When I was taking this off, just look at this. It's like, oh God, this is a tail strike waiting to happen. I was worried I might have to actually stick both of them just staggered on the runway, but no, they seem to be okay. As I said, it is. How much fuel is on this thing? 2,200, 2,002. Wow. Because I looked at this and saw there wasn't a lot of fuel on there. I thought, okay, well that's obviously natural given how big a craft there is. There must be lots of fuel tank. Well, you can see there are lots of fuel tanks there. But I didn't realise it had quite that much. It seemed to be okay at turning. I mean, not the best. It loses a lot of speed, but it didn't seem to be that bad. What's going on here? We're 9. We're 9 kilometers away, and we're not. There we go. And it launches the backwards AMRAAM first, nearly into its wingman. Now the Cyclones get the response. I don't know what's happening there. Yeah, the competition mode does bug out occasionally like that. I'm not sure if Valentina's going to start. I think all 4 missiles from the Cyclones are going for that one XF02. Ooh, does manage to avoid though. Now Valentina has some incoming. We'll have to see what she can do to avoid that. Not sure in this craft you should be letting up with the engines at any point, but there we go. No. Pops countermeasures, they go safely past her tail. As I said, for something this heavy and this big, it does turn surprisingly well, but then again, those control surfaces do have a fair bit of leverage. The other XF02 dodges those missiles just fine. The Cyclone's closing in though, and I'm not sure these are going to be quite hot enough to dodge sidewinders if they start coming in. Here they come. that's gonna hurt. There comes some more damage. Stripped of air intakes. I do have a bit of a soft spot for this craft. It just looks... I think, as someone said, it just looks ridiculous. It is... I don't think anyone... Did anyone say actually just ridiculous? Bomb cats. Gunfire coming in. One of the cyclones now trying to stick to its tail. Missiles coming in. Straight past the tail, though. I don't think anyone specifically said it was ridiculous. I think what the fudge was the response. But yeah, it is just Sidewinder disappears from the vessel switcher. Another one comes in. 2 deaths and a loss. Looks like a space fight. Right, let's load up. Yeah, that one backwards facing AMRAAM might be sort of a, as you say, a delay tactic, just to try and get them sort of in a one then the other kind of thing. I'm just going to load it again like this to see if we can stop the craft spinning about uncontrollably. Coming up on T minus 10. I don't know why I'm advertising this. I've got to open in another tab. You know, ridiculous was very, very strongly implied. I really did want to see, everybody always wants to see the GAU-8 in action. That's not that's nothing new. Right, I'm gonna
tick up on the Falcon now.
Oh crap! I can't have that audio going because that's going to that's going to cause copyright issues. Fueling cuts off at just about 2 minutes prior to launch. Good stuff. T-minus less than 10 minutes. Dearest gamer, why aren't you guys looking at? I am. I've got it on the I've got it on my my other screen, where normally I have OBS and the Discord. It's now the thing, and then I've got my main screen, and I've got you guys the stream window over here. When I got my 3 monitors set up, my wife said, "What do you need 3 monitors for?" And now I'm looking at it going, I could really do with like 4 or 5 at the moment. Let's pick you up and move you about a bit. How are those others doing? You're fine. You are on the money. I'm going to move forward. I don't think I meant to do it quite that. Oh. Right, that wasn't what I meant to do. Oh, this is all going very badly wrong. There. We all good? I think we're all good. Okay. No, I don't want to F5 there, do I? I want to get the XFO2's engines going first. Then I want to F5. The World Serpent is not meant for a dogfight. I mean, I could do, but I think we'll stick to doing this. We might take like 5 seconds to acknowledge that it's happening as it's happening. As we start. That's final topping at the stage 1 fuel. Oh, anyway, let's get rid of vessel switcher, just F5 once again just to make sure. And let's start this second fight. Yeah, so I think these craft could probably do with less fuel and like just maybe a Saturn engine or two. I mean, I don't think you'd need many changes to this craft before you're kind of onto something. Do they have... They do not have ECM jammers. No, okay. Oh, did you see that? I think they must have a rear-facing radar. That one just went off straight away. What's their just one missile a target actually? So yeah, I think maybe that's a timing thing, so they can get a missile away as quickly as possible. Particularly if they're facing directly away from their opponent, where they might struggle to do so. 2 missiles just go past the end of that XFO2. This one's getting awfully tail onto those 2. Yeah, it must have a backwards facing radar, just looking at the angle that AMRAAM was fired from. Although that one does crash into the sea, so not that effective. Another missile popping chaff. Afterburners going full whack. That missile just goes past the tail of this XFO2. Might be a little too head on for this one. Yeah. Little too much for Richmal Kerman's craft. Valentina Kerman. I do like this craft. I mean, maybe next season of Fighter Subscribe we can see an improved version, but what's that? Oh, that's the other Cyclones firing Sidewinders at me. Ouch. Yeah, because I mean, I'm not going to have like a realism rule. It's not going to be a realism rule. It's just going to be a nothing excessive or too taking the mickey, actually taking the piss kind of thing. Let's get straight into it. I think we can squeeze in another fight before the launch. Just you. But yeah, it's. I like this craft. I just think there's something about unconventional craft like this, and as I said, they'll never be. It has to be realistic in that kind of sense, rule to Fighter Subscriber, but well, not the not your regular Fighter Subscriber, but yeah, it's just sort of as long as it's not excessive and all that. Put rapiers on it with oxidizer for the 2-year special. I could, and the air-launched cruise missiles. And use it to shoot down satellites. Oh dear. Could I get a viewers and likes check from somebody, please? Because as I said, my window is not doing the business at the moment. My live stream window. Right. And as per usual, we are going to try and get in Are you rotating? Did I quick save the wrong one? Okay, let's re-quick save like that and let's see if we can get in another fight. Third fight, so following up the Cyclones again. Four likes, 12 views, 10 likes. Yep. All fuel, all oxidizer on Falcon 9, 134 to go until launch. My countdown is showing 122, 21, 20, 19. Ah, the stream's buffering. Don't you dare do this to me. Don't you dare. Don't you dare do this to me. Oh, and of course, yeah, everybody's turning and firing missiles. Like that matters at the moment. Oh my god, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13. Missiles back and forth, missile tennis, you know the stuff. Okay, yeah, gonna pause that. There we go. Lift off. Oh baby. Oh, sorry. Max Q coming up. Oh. 1 minute into the launch. Vehicle supersonic. Beautiful. Godspeed, mofos. God bless you, Jed. Coming up 3,000 kilometers per hour. Oh, buffering. Why must you do this to me? Why? No, that seems fine. Altitude. Okay, my downstream obviously isn't up to it. We're gonna get on with this fight because I can't be here all night. Much as I would love to. Why am I getting all this stuff? Sorry, I have lost the window. Yeah, craft fighting each other. Oh, one of the XFO2s blown to smithereens. The other Cyclone getting really up close and personal now with those other craft. Oh, stop it. I'm going to get me into trouble for copyright. I'm just going to... Sorry, I'm just having to multitask here. Stage confirmed. I'm going to have to watch this back, but it's nice to sort of see at least some of it. At least see the liftoff live. That was beautiful. 133 kilometers, so... sorry, I'm... Attention's all over the place. It's still the main stage attempted landing. So yeah. Daffy launching a sidewinder there may not have been the most advisable thing given her wingman was right there, but you know, you do you, Daffy. ...163 kilometers altitude, so yeah, as I said, in space by everybody's standards now. 8,100 kilometers per hour. It might be buffering because I'm trying to stream as well, but it's... I mean, it's just, you know, it's... I was hoping I should have enough bandwidth in the downstream to do this. I don't know if I can... Oh, we've got the... Sorry, you can probably hear that outside. My router got updated recently last week. Can run 2 streams. I've got quite a decent... I think I need a better dongle at Chortle. Just so I can do all of this properly. I think I've got the router's got the power. I just not sure my dongle. Plus, it's about as far away as you can get in the house from the router. This is the study. Just going to turn you around a bit again, and we can go. Yeah, your engines are on. We can go straight into this third fight. I'm really sorry, Conquer 4. This is your craft, so we should be paying attention to it. But you know, of course, I still love you. We're about a minute away from entry burn. Valentina and Daffy getting up to, yeah, sorry, just, you know, just 3 things going on. Saving this video to maintain smooth streaming. I'm just going to have to bring up OBS for a second. It says I've got difficulty. Oh, hello. Oh, hello. Yeah, my, What was that? Was that self-inflicted? Dodging missiles. Here comes the first volley. Straight past the tail. I think We may have had a slight self-inflicted injury there, but it doesn't seem to have done any massive damage. Okay, my bandwidth seems to be good now. Sorry, I just dropped out there for a second, but everything... Just keeping an eye on the upstream. Oh my god, that was close. Another missile away. That will turn around and try and lock on to the Cyclones. How's the other XF-02 doing? Oh god, I can't say that name. Still following the target in, still trying to launch missiles. Has one of the Cyclones in its sight. Has switched to the Sidewinders. Has missiles coming a bit too close. Well too close. And unfortunately strips it of its missiles just as it was about to get some away. I'm going to bring up the SpaceX thing again. Gunfire raining in on Richmal Kerman's craft. Down to the one engine. And 2/3 of a craft. Richmal in difficulty. Valentina also in difficulty. Oh, I do like craft that just blow apart in a nice fashion. I mean, it's not what you want to see as a designer, but that was kind of beautiful. Richmal Kerman still has an engine, still has countermeasures. Not anymore. Falcon 9 has landed. Oh, I missed that bit! Oh! 2 deaths and a loss. Let's get this last one done. I see, got a little toy. Your Mungander is kind of like an anti-air-based, like an air-based missile. The advanced zero-G indicator. A glittery toy dinosaur. Cameron McDonald, hello! You made it just as our attention is kind of split between the stream and the SpaceX stuff. And we had a few issues with my bandwidth for a second. My upstream bandwidth, but it seems to be good now. But yeah, welcome. We are just about to get into the last fight of the third craft. And this is the ridiculous craft that Conquer 4 has sent into me. The beautiful XF-02. 3 Panther engines, not quite as powerful as it could be, or perhaps should be. But a little bit of wobble there. Taking off. But there we go into the air. Dragon separation confirmed. That is a beautiful sight. I don't know what how that second stage deorbits. I presume it's just not on a full orbital trajectory as things stand, and it will just fall back to Earth whilst the dragon itself will boost itself a bit further. I don't know. I have both live streaming as well. Yeah, I've got this, obviously this going on the upstream, and I've got the this going on. Got the SpaceX stuff going up on the downstream. Okay, nobody seems to have been any the worse the wear for that first volley. So Valentina Kerman once again dodging well. Other XFO2 seems like it might be in trouble, and indeed it is. A missile comes in, strips it of its engines, and if it has the attention of one of those cyclones, I'm sure it's not going to be much longer before it is in a great deal more trouble than it already is. Here comes the gunfire. Right along the body, stripping it apart. Oh, the cyclone. The remnants of the XFO2 nearly scoring a hand-to-hand kill on that cyclone. This XFO2 might be able to get away. You know what? Never mind. Sadly, it's four clean sweep losses for the XFO2, but I like that craft. Just it's just unconventional. It could be. It's one of those crafts you look at and just think it could be so much. It could be very easily much better. If you get what I'm saying. Oh, you can see. Oh, they just did the first stage camera, and you can see the module there. Richmond Kerman survives. Anyway, we need to get going on to our fourth craft. Right. Still distracted by the Kerbal X live stream. I'm not sure if my wife's trying to watch something on television, but I kind of competing with that. KSP slowing down. I think this might be a rather large part aircraft. Not as bad as the one earlier where I spent ages looking at this thing. Let's go to this one. We're just going to move this one forward quickly. Yeah, small enough. So this is the SUK-97 Ravenstar by Ethan Ng, and it is yeah, it's sort of a looks to be in the vein of that sort of that that F-22 F-35 kind of style with the tail there. It's an interesting craft. This originally came to me with 4 Saturn engines. It now has 2 Saturn engines and 2 of these Twitch liquid fuel engines. I'm not quite sure what they're for, but we will have to see. Anyway, yes, let's get these 2 fired up. And without any further ado, let's get them going into the air. I'm a tad late, my excuse. That was my first rocket launch. Fair enough. Fair enough. Su-57 Felon. Sorry, still distracted by the... I'm going to get rid of that. I am going to get rid of that, because otherwise I'm not going to be able to concentrate, focus on anything else, and I'll bring up the Discord. Right. F5. Let's get going on the first fight for the SUK-97 Raven Star. I did turn both of you on, didn't I? We may have hit a problem. Based off the Su-57 Felon, I see. Any suggestions here, guys? This is a new one for me. I'm just going to try taking these off myself. Is it anything to do with those weird other engines? Is that why they're refusing to throttle up? That would appear to have something to do with it. Okay, that was a bit weird. Okay, competition starting. Good stuff. The SUK-97 Raven Stars get their missiles away nice and early. Now have to dodge because the Cyclones have done similarly. Kills, death, losses. Oh! That's not so good. Obviously couldn't quite dodge the missiles there. Valentina Kerman left with a lot to do here. Launches an AMRAAM. Has to pull some... Can pull some quite serious manoeuvres with this craft. I have to say, this is a... Oh, that is... Oh! That was very nearly the perfect AMRAAM kill. Sorry, perfect Sidewinder kill. I'm still getting those two mixed up, but... Where are you shooting that? A good range for the Sidewinder there, but nothing, actually maybe a little too close. And nothing doing. Maybe unlucky to lose her wingman that early on, but Valentina Kerman seems to be doing very well at the moment. Doesn't seem particularly keen to switch on the old Vulcans at the moment, mainly due to having to pop countermeasures here. It's a Sidewinder coming in. Gunfire rains in. Being stripped apart. It's going to be 2 deaths and a loss for the SUK-97 Raven Star. A phenomenal craft. I just want to check the guns are working when we once we reload. And of course we need to switch those other engines off. I don't know what they're doing, but they do seem to be preventing the main engines from throttling up. Okay. Cyclone shut the hell up. What's the views and likes looking like at the moment, guys? I'm just wondering how many we've lost to the SpaceX thing. Right, okay, so first things first. Shut down engine, shut down engine. Do the same with the other one. Go in here, because I think this is where the Vulcans are situated. What's SLW? So watching 11 likes. What's the SLW stand for, anybody? I'm not sure. Air, missile, surface. Thank you very much, Ghost. That's very, very true. Anybody got any clue as to what SLW is? Can fire, can't they? Yep, they can. Water surface. Well, let's just turn everything on and see if... I don't know, just to make sure that nothing could possibly... Actually, that might be a bad idea, because they might start chasing stuff that is on the surface of the water, which is not what they're supposed to do. We'll keep an eye on that. I'm hoping it's just something that went a bit weird on that first fight, or maybe it just genuinely didn't get its shot lined up. But no, because we've set this back up again, I want to quick save again. And then we'll start this second fight. Surface launch weaponry. Probably blocked by the wheel. I mean, they are on the outside of those engines, and they can fire straight through. And in fact, I'm setting it off now. I don't know why that. Oh, because guard mode's not on, so it doesn't have full autonomy over the guns yet. I will take. We'll give it another fight. We'll see what happens, and if it's no good, we might have to move on and just see about maybe following this up in a later stream. Missiles away at the moment, though. Valentina Kerman turns to break off, trying to dodge the missiles. It's a nice craft. It handles very well. I mean, I want to say it's got a lot of potential, but I think that would be unfair on how good it is at the moment. That missile coming in quite close. Valentina popping plenty of chaff, but still, how much chaff do these guys have? How many dispensers? Should have sufficient dispensers to avoid the missiles. Gets away another AMRAAM. Oh! Again, one of the Raven Stars falls to a missile early on. Although it does manage to destroy one of the Cyclones as well. One-on-one at the moment. Valentina Kerman launches an AMRAAM at that. Is that? I presume, yeah. An AMRAAM at the other Cyclone. Doesn't do much. I hope you're not going to be distracted by the debris there, Valentina. No, doesn't look like she is. Oh, missile incoming. That was that's gonna hurt a bit. That's gonna hurt quite a lot. Yeah. Okay, let's keep going. Yeah, if I have to do some tweaks to this in my own time, I might have to. But yeah, as I don't think it needs a lot. That's why I might just do it myself. I've seen better days, like when it could see. Like when the pilot was alive. That was a glorious time for that craft. I'm just going to open up the windows a little bit here because we're losing the light a little bit. Yeah, it's a while. Game's taking a while to load at the moment. I think it's just that thing where it starts to slow down. I think this is a reasonably high part craft as well. So as per usual, third fight, we follow the Cyclones up. Sorry, just noticed something out the window. Nothing important. Yeah, the Raven Star's already up to altitude, it looks like. Then again, that's sort of the drawback of using Panther engines here. Not got quite as much of a kick. Nearly at fighting range though. There's the 8 kilometers. There's the fight starting. Daphne Kerman turns around quickly. Jebediah can't quite get around as quick. Daphne Kerman does get a missile away though. Jebediah will have to avoid those incoming before he can do likewise. A little too tail onto the missiles perhaps, or looks like both the Raven Stars went for Daphne Kerman there. Jebediah now can get some missiles away. A volley of 2 AMRAAMs before it has to break off because he does have a missile coming his way, and is that one of the Raven Stars out already? That is one of the Raven Stars. The AMRAAMs perform a 1-2. And the other Raven Star is now missing both engines. It does seem to have a countermeasures problem. It genuinely does seem to have a bit of a countermeasures problem. That's quite close. That's even closer. Okay. ECM pods. I'm not sure what's going on with the ECM on this craft. I think I did set it up, or at least should have set it up. So, but I mean, the ECM, the AI should turn the ECM jammers on if it can in response to having AMRAAMs incoming, because we saw that last time. It does have chaff. It seems to have plenty of chaff. I think it's. I mean, I normally like to put 3 of each on my craft. That seems to do the job, or at least as far as chaff is concerned. But I think these are flying with 2 of each. So let's just take a look. Let's just go into this 4th fight. No, the ECM jammers were not coming on. Okay, let's see what happens when the fight starts and they need to track. I might need to do those 3 fights again. We've got time. But it means we're going to be seeing a lot of this craft. Mainly I do want to see whether or not it can actually fire its Vulcans, because there is still a question mark over that. How are we doing? 7.5 kilometers. Okay, let's see what happens here. Yeah, it's not turning on, is it? I think I must have forgotten to set this particular craft up properly. That might be why it's having some problems with the missiles. Okay, start that again, guys. Missiles going back and forth. As I said, it would be good to get an idea of, as I said, if those guns are going properly. Valentina Kerman continuing to launch missiles. That one doesn't look... No, it looks like it's fallen short. Oh, that Cyclone. Now has a missile coming in, though. I don't know what it's doing there. Ooh. Gets a missile away, gets a Sidewinder away, I think, but just a little too late. Can come over the top. No, has to start popping countermeasures. Yeah, AMRAAM there, not going to do much at that range. AMRAAM is going across. Oh, that was close. Now with the Sidewinders, they are going to be tricky at this range. A little too tail on at the moment. Much too tail. Does manage to pull it off though. Check out the other Raven Star. Appears to have lost engines. And the other one has been taken out as well. I mean, it's a beautifully designed craft. I'm just not sure if some of the design may perhaps be sacrificing a little bit of the combat effectiveness for aesthetics, because there's a lot tucked into that central bit between the two sort of the two engine nacelles. If you want to Rich Mill is at least having a good time. Fair enough. Just open up the curtains a bit more. Yeah, we'll do one more and then we'll see if that's an identical result. I think we'll do the we'll make sure we get the ECM jammers this time. Oh, I've still got. What's the battery power like? I'll turn it on once it's a little closer to the start of the thing. But if we get an identical result, I think I'll have to just say this. It's probably not just an ECM jammer thing. It looks like it might be a craft tweaking thing. Valentina and Richmond, let's see what you can get up to this time. What is the power draw on these things like? Oh god, that's quite chronic. Again, if these things were set up to automatically deploy the ECM jammers when, like, for instance, the when the gear came up or during staging, that kind of thing, then they would have run out of... That's getting very close. Then they'd have run out of battery power and they would have turned off again. So I am taking into consideration battery capacity this season as well, as it being a design choice that adds weight. I will sort of let them off this time as we're trying to... It's the last two times, as we are trying to just see if this craft is sort of capable of actually using its guns. Nothing doing there. Managed to get off another AMRAM. I don't think that's going to be doing much. That's coming very close. That comes a little too close. Here comes another one. That's not going to be easy to avoid. Manages it though. Gets away a missile of her own. That is some stunning stuff. The other Raven Star still not out of the fight yet. Still launching missiles. Still launching the Sidewinders. That might... No, didn't quite track. If you can get away one more, that might be a little too close. Has suffered damage. Engines don't appear to be working. I think this is a tweaking issue. Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right, Maximus. I think that's. I think that this needs another iteration. But talking of your good self, where are we? Preliminaries 5. Yeah, as I said, it's even Daniel Garcia's Strike Eagle is going to have a bad time. Fuel starvation. Yeah, it's odd the way that happens. I'm not sure if there is a fuel flow problem there. I think all I can do is sort of pass it back to Ethan and see what he makes of it all. But a lovely craft, a beautiful craft. I will repeat the sentiment I made earlier. I want to say it's got so much potential, but as I said, I think that would be doing a disservice to how good it is at the moment. Or would insinuate a disservice to how good it is at the moment. Wing controls are pushed into the wing and 2 more flares. Right, so yes, this is Maximus Lights. AC Shinden F00. Let's see, yeah, the control surfaces are looking a little bit as if they are in the wings a little bit there. Obviously not the canards here. I don't think that's too terrible, though. I think I might. I might let you away with that one. Okay. Anyway, let's. No, let's. I will stagger these. You, I want to move a bit anyway. You, I'm going to stagger a bit. Cyclones, they are facing well. No, I mean I look forward to seeing how it performs. Let's get this first fight underway then. Let's get rid of vessel mover. AC Shinden. I do beg your pardon. The Shinden. AC. Why that name, by the way? Just out of interest. Double ECM jammer is on. Electric charge is about to run out. Yeah. So that's just switched the ECM jammers off, and as I said earlier, I'm treating battery life as a design choice this time around. So if that does happen, I'm taking a hands-off approach. I mean, I know I didn't do it those last two, but that was almost, by the end of that, I was almost trying to just experiment to see what was going on and what was going wrong. Managing to break low, though. They don't seem to be having a problem avoiding them generally, though. Oh, I see. That's quite cool. Gets an AMRAM away. Is, I think, to a target, but I don't think it managed to get to the way there. One of the Cyclones is gone. Jebediah Kerman can only watch as His wingman is reduced to dust. Comes around. Dodging missiles. Does so okay for the moment. Away with the AMRAAM, and away with another AMRAAM. That's quite close. The Shinden manages to dodge, the Cyclone does not. Good stuff from the Shinden there. The Cyclones did not really stand a chance. I think I did F5 that, didn't I? Oh, please say I F5 that. Quaking lightning. The previous plane was the SUK-97 Raven Star. This is the AC Shinden F00. Oops, sorry, thudding noise there. Did I F5 or didn't I? I did not. Oh, still warm. I've got both windows open at the moment. I hope I'm not disturbing the neighbours. Although one of them, I'm not sure whom, did have like quite loud music as I was trying to take a nap earlier, which, yeah. There is just one thing I do want to clarify with this craft. Something I hadn't noticed already, but just as it was sort of there on the ground, I just want to double check. Okay. Not turning. Not turning. You could do with a little bit of a turn. Just out a bit. You, I'm gonna move forward a bit. Those control surfaces, are they placed on top of each other? Because I did say no doubling up in place of control surfaces. So I mean, I did say, you know, I'll let you off just because it's clipped in a little bit into the wing, but that's if those are. Let's undeploy those both. Yeah, those are right on top of each other, so that that I'm afraid is a no-no. To click on a different one. It's not so much that as there's also a rule that it's basically not doubled up like on top of each other, and not just slightly shifted either, so they're not doubled up as well. Again, it's something I've run into with other craft where people are kind of trying to take the piss a little bit. But as I said, I have to be consistent. It has to be one set of rules for everybody. So I've looked at the craft as a whole. I can see you're not generally taking the piss, but we did. There was a huge thing in the community about, and particularly because this was sort of community driven, what exactly we should and shouldn't allow a doubling up of. I'll tell you what, I should have noticed that. I should have noticed that and sent it back to you. And said, actually, sorry about this. This is a breach of the rules. So what we'll do, just because we've got nothing else to do for the rest of the stream, let's just see how this version goes for the rest of the other fights, and if you chuck us a version with that fixed, then that'll be. I'll do another one. I'll do another one off camera. I'll do another preliminary off camera. I've got one more of those to do anyway because something that happened. But anyway, yes. F5. So we'll carry on very much in a sort of a let's see what you could have won kind of style. But no, it's engines, wing surfaces and control surfaces aren't allowed to be doubled up in place. And as I said, it was that particularly that rule, as it was sort of like the community, others, all the subscribers having a chat and saying what do we want, what don't we want, who came up with that particular rule. So I'm kind of keen to enforce it. Fix it quick midstream. If you think you can, yeah, we can give that a go. We'll watch this fight, how this fight pans out, and we can see. And also, if you could, a little less clipped into the wing would be nice as well. But as I said, I think it's gonna just have to be like the one aileron either side. I don't know. Maybe I don't know where else you could stick some sort of aileron. Maybe a little bit of a leading edge surface there. I don't know. It's up to you. It's your craft, but yeah. If there is another version in the offing as things stand, that is one of the Cyclones minced midair. As Jebediah Kerman, where did that happen? As Jebediah Kerman suffers a similar fate. Where's the other craft? Where did that blow up? Ooh, that's gotta hurt. And the other craft there also falling down towards the ground. By the way, just a quick one. Anybody watching Attack on Titan? I just want to know if anyone else on here is getting excited for season 4 of that. Okay, so I will want the, where are we? Game data. I will need saves, sandbox, ships, spaceplane hangar. Maybe. Yeah, I got into that. When did I get into that? I think it was just before season 2 came out. I was like, oh, I'll give this. I hadn't watched any anime for ages and ages. I mean, probably close to a couple. Oh God, I think it was at college or was it university. A friend of mine was into some anime shows and he showed them to me, but I haven't watched anything since then. So I mean, we're looking well over a decade, and I saw Attack on Titan was supposed to be good, so I gave it a go, and I sort of got a bit hooked. Yeah, it's like Attack on Titan. It's like season 1. It's like, okay, that was good, and then no, sorry, season 1. You go, okay, that was really good, and then season 2, you go, all right, wasn't quite up to the standard of season 1, I don't think, but still quite good. And then season 3 comes out, and just like, oh my God, this is amazing. Because all through like season 1 and 2, you've just been like drip, drip, drip with all the answers to the big questions. And then season 3 comes out and just basically opens a fire hose up on you. Once you get to about 2/3 of the way through, opens up a fire hose on you, and you're going, okay, that's too many answers at once. It's not, but it is amazing to watch. Season 3 Part 2 got nearly put. Yeah, there was one episode. There was one episode of the second half of season 3, which was top of the IMDb ratings for a very long time, and I think there was a concerted campaign. I can't whichever show had the episode that was in first place, which was knocked off by Attack on Titan. Actually, had a concerted campaign just to try and get it back onto back to number 1. So it got knocked. Attack on Titan got knocked off by that, but it's the first half. The first half is interesting, and you get a lot of first half of season 3. Or at least like the second half of the first half of season 3, if I'm making sense, gives you a lot of answers, and then the second half of season 3 is just phenomenal. So yeah. Oh yeah, I've just seen the season 4 trailer. It looks like it is going to be a very different show. Which is kind of natural if you've seen what happens, if you've seen all of season 3, you think, well, they can't do the same stuff all over again. Without meaning to they can't keep doing what they've done for like the last 3 seasons. And it has to progress quite significantly. But that is yeah, that season 4 trailer. I watched it earlier today. I was supposed to be setting up for this, and I'm thinking, oh, I'm running short of time. But the season 4 trailer. Okay, I'll watch that. Where are we? Where's my live stream window gone? Project Velocity, how are you? None of us are ready, lol. I slept in. Well, I wish I had. Maximus, we've got a bit of an issue with with Maximus Light's craft, so Maximus is sending me a fixed version as we speak for the last craft of the day. Then we're gonna see how that performs, and then we will be done. So you do have Maximus Light's AC Shinden F00, or I assume it will be similarly named. Let's see. Just looking through the Discord. Tira, we start out talking about planes in this FAS and then become weebos talking about some anime. Did you get the fixed version of my craft after last week's stream? I'm pretty sure I did. Sorry, Gmail is being a little bit... So that would have been 23rd. Let me just double check. Oh, you DM'd it in Discord. I see. I see. Yes. Oh, yes, because it's the... yes, I did get that one. Yes. Sorry, we just a bit of a delay here. if people can just hang on. I just want to double check. So we've got up... This is just the 2 cyclones. Yeah. So once I've got the craft file, I can just whack that into the spaceplane hangar, and I can just deploy them here. Yeah, I did get that one. Thank you very much. What do I call you? Project or Velocity? The sausage? For those of you who weren't here earlier, by the way, one thing I was saying was thank you very much, because we're up to 800 subscribers. So thank you very, very much. My cute crush is who is turns classmates into weebos and forces me to adapt to it. You just assimilating your class. The craft is called the sausage. Oh, I see. Yes, ADF 44 SH sausage, as opposed to the Coronas. Bottle of Corona with some sausage. Right. Got it. Downloaded. Show in folder. Bring you over here. So yes, that's the one there. Bring up the spaceplane hangar. Can bring you over. No, not you. You. Ugh. There we go. Bring you over here. Delete these two. Okay. Spawn vessel. Valentina Kerman. Get this lined up how I had it last time. So I want you about there. I want you roughly lined up with that craft. Brakes on. Place you. I want you. Cyclones always go in Team B. Spawn another one. And it's Rich Mulkerman that normally accompanies Valentina. Just bring up the live stream window again. Did you watch the new Crew Dragon launch? We did. Oh, I do apologise. We did. We had to take. I think most people would just, include myself included, just had to take a like a 2-minute break just to watch the launch. And in fact, I want to get you like much further forward, actually, don't I? And then I'll still put you off to the side a little bit. Okay, yeah, that's much better. Thank you for. Oh, that's not quite so ideal. Okay, so let's. I'm going to resave. I'm going to save this over the previous one, just so I've got a subscriber. Season 3, preliminaries, video 5, craft 5. Yes. Then turn on your engines. Save. Get rid of vessel switcher. Start this again. It's one of the fucking smartest in the damn class. You just got messaged is combat reference. Hey, dropping by over. Good to see you, Mike KSP. I think, as I've just been saying in here, yeah, I think we all were distracted by a moment when that was going on. I'm not sure we were watching much dogfighting. Yeah, that was beautiful to watch. Just went beautifully. Looks like a fat raptor. I see what you mean. But yeah, that launch went beautifully. ADF Shinden, it was in Ace Combat. Ah, I see. It's just the one ECM jammer on at the moment. I don't know what that's about, but it should give the craft some enhanced evasion capabilities. Richmond Kerman braking low. Coming around. Valentina Kerman. Yeah, everybody trying to avoid missiles at the moment. Valentina with a lock. Trying to get in closer. I assume there's some sort of range limitation on the Sidewinders here. There we go. Gets one away. Maybe a little far away for that one. This one, though, kind of the ideal range. That could spell trouble for the Cyclone. No! Or maybe yes. Okay, one of the Cyclones really, really did not like that. Now the Shinden manages to turn around and get guns away. Onto the Cyclone. This is not looking good. Missile away. I assume at this range that would be... I can't quite tell. Braking very low there. Tries to launch an AMRAAM of its own. One gets away, one crashes into the ground, launches another one. Oh! Does manage to take out one of the Shindens. It's a quick revenge kill, but now Daffy might be in trouble. Valentina breaks off for some reason. I'm not sure quite why that is. Now pulls about hard. Does manage to bring herself around. There goes a Sidewinder. And that's a perfect range. Daffy Kerman's still technically alive, but I doubt it's going to be for much longer. Valentina coming in. Seems to be a little a little reluctant to get off the guns. Getting closer and closer. I'm not sure if there's a bit of an altitude floor problem there. Oh, there we go. There we go. Still got the one engine. Still got the one control surface. I think we can I think we can safely say who's won that one. More missiles coming in. Oh, poor Daffy. Even more guns. I think we'll just move on here. Cyclone's doing a good job surviving. It's a resilient little craft. When I used to do gunfights with it a little while ago, what you would tend to find is that, like with the Delta Wing, just like those two forward triangular bits would get destroyed, and it would just have the strip at the back, and it was actually still quite stable. I mean, obviously it didn't have quite the wing surface it had, but it could still manage. I did F5 the right thing, didn't I? I did F5 the right thing indeed. And as these craft get up to altitude, I'm going to go and turn the light on. Just so you know, by the way, when the new rules kick in, 3 Saturn engines will be out. I know some people are a fan of them, but yeah. Here it is just coming up 20 to 10 in the evening. It's 21 to 10 in the evening. In the UK. Here on the south coast, where it is absolutely boiling. So the games start, the games begin. Richmond Kerman pops off a couple of AMRAAMs. Valentina will no doubt have done likewise. But let's follow this from Valentina's point of view. Braking low though to dodge the missiles. Yeah, I don't think there's any real threat of sort of AMRAAMs from this range for the Shindons at the moment. A lot of explosions there. I'm just going to double check, see if the Cyclones are in good working order. They both appear to be in good working order. Valentina Kerman's still a distance away. Richmond Kerman, I think, a bit closer to the action here. Comes about good range for the Sidewinders. Launches 2 of them. Don't seem to be tracking all that well. Although now coming into that Cyclone there. That's the end of that then. I want to see, yeah. No longer any controls. Jebediah Kerman launches a couple of AMRAAMs. but we'll find things getting very tough very quickly now. Gunfire rains in. Daffy Kerman's Shinden right on his tail, slowly disassembles his craft. He disappears from the vessel switcher. And that's a perfect victory for the Shindens. And some late insult to injury there. Both the Shindens in good health there, so let's move on to the next one. KSP seems to be time is it in my area? My area, it's 24-hour clock. It's 21:42. Blackpool was nice and cool. I'm glad Blackpool was nice and cool, but up north, south is boiling though. Yeah, KSP seems to be slowing down a bit. Yeah, KSP just getting slower and slower and slower as the fights go on. Sorry if you heard that. I was just putting the top on the pen. I don't know why I did that. I'm just going to have to take it off again. I'm in Asia, by the way. Oh, whereabouts? Oh, good point. 42 is double 21. It's a... I don't know. How would you describe that? It's not palindromic time or anything like that. Anyway, yes, our third fight, so as usual, we'll follow this from the perspective of the Cyclones. Philippines. Rowan Beach in the US specifically. California specifically. Ooh, I bet that's quite warm. Well, I don't know how warm it is at the moment, but if it's anything like the UK is at the moment, it will be uncomfortable. 1643 here. Are you US as well, Maximus? .101 last week Fahrenheit. I'm trying to get the calculator out to work that out. No. It's fine, been a long stream. What is 101 in Celsius? And the fight starts, everybody turns around to get missiles away. 101 minus 32 equals 69. Giggle. Divided by 1.8. That's 38 degrees, 38 and a bit degrees Celsius. That's ridiculous. Oh, Ryan Beach, you're already there. 1643. Yeah, are you Maximus? Are you US or Canada or? And Jed, yeah. I used to work in a hospital in London. We had a load of nurses over from the Philippines, and they said the most confusing thing about Britain is in the Philippines it's a bit different. It's like this is the time of year when it's hot, and this is the time of year when it's rainy, and this is the time of year like that. And they just came to Britain. It's like, oh, missile to the face. They just came to Britain. It's like, what's the weather like this time of year? It's like, yeah. It's look out the window. It's your guess is as good as ours. Look, I mean, it's just the weather day to day was a lot less predictable. It just kind of was a bit of a culture shock for them. Oh, I see. You're... Okay, and that's the cyclones taken care of. Once again, brutal efficiency. Let's go for the next one. Yeah, we have 4 seasons. It's like... It's what is it? Cold. Cold, but that's no guarantee of anything. Wet, but that's no guarantee of anything. Hot, but that's no guarantee of anything. And wet again, but that's no guarantee of anything. That's basically it. Anton Glushenko. Good to see you. Yeah, the SpaceX launch, that was it. Was brilliant. So just trying to sort something out here. So we are on to the third fight, and we are getting very close to the end of this stream. It's getting quite late though, so no mess, no ceremony. We are just going to get straight into this fight. Yeah, it's as I said, a lot more predictable. As I said, it was the culture shock when they came over here. It's just how changeable the weather is from day to day. The seasons were just no guarantee of anything. So English first name and Spanish surname may indicate Filipino-ness, yes. Yeah, as I said, I knew a lot of people from the Philippines when I was working in a hospital in London, and it was because a lot of the nurses, they get a lot of nurses over from there, and that was pretty much the way it worked. Rusty Fijiano. Okay, all craft, a few explosions there, but otherwise, not harming any of the craft. Richmond Kerman gets another couple of missiles away. What are these armed with, by the way? I think, yep, they have exhausted their supply of AMRAAMs. It's now just the Sidewinders, and I think they'll be getting into good range to use them any second. There goes one. There goes the other. Oh no, they've still got some more. Where am I missing? Oh, you've got some hidden in the little bit there between the wings, and that is one of the Cyclones just taken clean out off the vessel switcher. Another couple of Sidewinders at the other Cyclone. Those are going to be difficult to dodge at this range, if not impossible. Quijano, I see. It's free AMRAAM spam, KSP 1.0 Sidewinder spam. This craft is surprisingly effective. Yeah. Oh, what happened to one of the Shindons? One of the Shindons went. I didn't see that. It's another death for them. I was not paying attention. I did not see what happened there. Yeah, Project Velocity. This is Maximus Light. This is KSP Dogfeet. YouTube KSP Dogfight royalty you're speaking to there. By which I mean he's been on Fighter Jet Showdown. Do you hear them say a lot of putang in a mo? No, I don't. What would that mean? Keanu Reeves. Oh God. Kaizen, go and stand in the naughty corner. Putang in the mo. I was not aware of that. No, you don't tend to hear a lot of well, I don't know if they're swearing. The ward where I was working, yeah, I think you might have been forgiven for it. Stands in shame. Okay, I hear movement next door. My darling wife, who is carrying my child, I think will be wanting to go to bed very shortly, so we will get this one last fight out of the way and then we'll wrap this up. Ah. Probably a sidewinder. Yeah, the other thing is, my other craft, Legged Lack obviously tuned these guys, and I sort of did a couple of tweaks to them after he tuned them. But the craft that are actually in the gauntlet round at the moment, I've gone through and I've just tuned all their weapons. I don't think these Cyclone's weapons are quite optimally tuned. I think that's what the archer in the first gauntlet fight last week. I think people were a bit surprised about how effective the craft could be. I think that is just because a large part of that is down to the fact they're tuned, B, the fact that the weapons are like properly tuned now. Richmond Kerman, let's follow along with Valentina for this one. And I killed Penguin and Kerbal Rising as well as won the boss fight in Fighter Jet round table. Quite a resume at them. Good point, good point. Oh, that one's looking a little bit more problematic. Ooh. A little bit more problematic indeed. Valentina is stripped of a number of parts. It looks like the craft is probably good to keep going, but that is gonna add some stability issues. More specifically, some maneuverability issues. What I'm trying to say is maneuverability issues as she's trying to... No, stability issues as she's trying to maneuver. God, that was more effort than it was worth. Richmond Kerman's craft, though, is still perfectly healthy. The Cyclones seem to have the Shindans on the back foot for the moment. Richmond does get away another couple of missiles, though. Just causing a little bit more trouble. If you can turn around and get some sidewinders away at this range, that could be tricky. Those missiles looking promising as they head in towards that Cyclone, but I don't think they've done anything. Now, Richmond Kerman, can you get a sidewinder or two away? Not for the moment. Not for the moment. Having to pop countermeasures. The other Shindan, the damaged Shindan Valentina's craft, is done for. I can't see where that happened. Oh, over there. Oh. And it's a 1, 2, 3 of sidewinders. Which mean that the Shindan, unfortunately, will not be going out of here with 5 out of 5 fights won. wait, what ward? I was at King's College Hospital, so there's an awful lot of hospitals in London because it's a big place. Mum is a midwife, died as a nurse, but it was at King's College Hospital. Arsenal Bird was pretty sweet though. I think these won't do as much episode if they make it. Turkey Peck. I do beg your pardon. Season 3 submissions are closed for the moment. Feel free to always clutch at last one. Yeah, they do seem to be doing well on those. If you want to send me anything, please do so anyway, because we'll be picking up the mailbag live streams. There might be one next week, because I'm not sure what will be happening about a final preliminary episode, because I'm waiting back to hear from some designers on So Many Craft, people who I've actually had to send the craft back and say this needs changing. So we'll have to see about that. But there might be a mailbag stream next week. It might be the week after that. But as I said, feel free to send me anything, and we will always we'll see it, as I said, next week or the week after. And anyway, for the next season of Fighter Subscriber, the rules will be changing quite a lot. Okay, anyway, I had better go. The old Phoenix with the laser. Yeah, the mailbag streams will be resuming when we're not doing if we're not doing one of these preliminaries and I haven't thought of something more original to do, then it will just be a mailbag stream. Yes, there'll be another Fighter Subscriber episode next week. The Gauntlet round ones. If you mean the regular videos, like there was at 4 o'clock today, yes, there'll be another one of those next Saturday. One of these, as I was just saying, I'm not sure. It'll depend on people getting back to me with their craft. So it might be another one of these. Might be a mailbag stream. Okay, I think we're gonna have to wrap it up there. Can I get a final check on viewers and likes from somebody, please? Because I still can't see what the hell's going on here. And my phone started buzzing at me, so I'm just wondering what happened there. Do anything particularly urgent? Doesn't look like it. Ten viewers, 17, 11 viewers, 15, 10 viewers. Okay, thanks for that, guys. Thank you very much for coming along. We'll leave it there. As I said, my wife wants to get some rest, and as she is gestating my firstborn, I suppose I better kind of give her that. Yeah, so tune in next week. There'll be another Skyrim out during the week. There should be an update video as well that I'll try and put out at some point. I will also at some point soon try and get Twitch going and start redoing Twitch a bit more. Get that going again. But for the time being, yeah. Thanks for coming along. Thanks everybody for the 800 subscribers, of course. And yeah, thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see you next time.